In 2021, the annual Connected Everything conference took a different turn this year, taking place as a 5-day online festival of events during June 2021. The festival was primarily hosted on the Connected Everything personal gather.town online space, designed by the festival chair, Dr. Oliver Fisher. The space allowed us to have a conference hall with stage, research poster presentations, and networking areas in the library and buffet space, which allowed you to walk around using your own avatar. While it felt quite a risky move to move away from Microsoft Teams and Zoom and the like, the feedback from the delegates showed it paid off. People were able to bump into each other, and people were able to have unexpected, unplanned conversations, and new connections were made. It was great to see over 170 delegates join us throughout the week across our 8 sessions, which included presentations from the feasibility study teams, thematic area panel discussions, multiple early career research support sessions, and Digital Manufacturing 2050 Foresight Roundtable.
I've actually now lost count of the number of Connected Everything network activities we've got, but as principal investigator of the network, I'm absolutely delighted to be here and incredibly grateful to Ollie and Deborah and Siobhan and everyone else who's been working so hard in the background.
This was all made possible by the over 25 conference presenters and panel members that contributed towards the sessions. On Monday, we heard from Dr. Stefania Soldini from the University of Liverpool about her feasibility study, manufacturing of 3D printed morphine origami solar sails for the next generation of CubeSats.
We have imagined a DS5 approach towards space exploration. So for instance, imagine a colony that can explore, coordinate and configure.
This was followed on Tuesday by Dr. Alexandra Brunter from the Cambridge University discussing her feasibility study on the feasibility of large-scale multi-agent-based coordination for freight co-loading.
The UK is committed to reducing carbon emissions by 2050, and we need to find ways to embrace this target and incorporate it in our daily lives. So logistics is one such carbon-generating activity that impacts all of us.
Then on Wednesday, Dr. Anna Chazamali from the University of West England presented her project titled Embedded Intelligent Empathy in Design.
By working with a diverse team of researchers, academics, designers and practitioners, our goal is to expand our empathic horizon. And through mutual learning, we foresee even a greater widening of our collective horizon.
We then heard from Dr. Asfar Khalid of Nottingham-Trent University about studying mental stress factors in occupational safety in the context of smart factory and COVID-19.
We have set the aim to focus on studying the impact of collaborative robots on occupational health and safety, working conditions, ergonomics, and ease of use.
Finally, Dr. Rami Barsoon brought this week to a close by presenting his study titled Novel Digital Twins for Compliance Decks in Smart Manufacturing.
Smart manufacturing has been one of the domains where robots have actually been deployed to help in the manufacturing process.
Following the presentations was a panel discussion focused around the day's Connected Everything theme or themes between the study team members and early career researcher, industry experts, and a Connected Everything project team member, all chaired by Oliver Fisher. Connected Everything has 7 themes that act as our definition and scope of digital manufacturing. These are the future industrial worker, which aims to answer the question how digital technologies will impact on the role of the industrial worker and what cognitive and physical skills will be required to work in the future industrial system. Then there is the Industrial Internet of Things theme, defined by Professor Duncan McFarlane.
IoT for me is the mechanisms and the processing for getting data from physical objects onto a network and analysing that data.
Related to this is the Cyber-Physical Production Systems theme.
Cyber-physical production systems are systems where the physical and the digital elements of the operation of an element or all of a production system are joined and almost seamlessly joined.
We then have the theme Regulation, Standards and Guidance. Dr. Ben Sheridan describes
digital manufacturing is just manufacturing anything, any product. So if you're making medicines, you want things that do work and don't kill people. If you want to make an aircraft, you want things that don't fall out of the sky, or cars that don't collapse on the road. So you need to regulate digital manufacturing just the same reason we regulate normal manufacturing. Public safety is probably the biggest reason for that.
Our next theme recognises the importance of data to all things digital and is titled Data-Driven Manufacturing, which Dr. Peter Green outlines as:
you're sort of disrupting a manufacturing sector that already exists and has been collecting data for a long time, and the data is seen as like an untapped resource, basically. So it's either so they might have used it a bit, like Ollie was alluding to just then, but perhaps not much, and they're interested in how it can be used, I suppose, more immediately. So how it can drive decisions in the short term, basically.
We then have our theme, Creative Manufacturing Design and Customization, that Dr. Anna Jamali defines as:
in my opinion, creative manufacturing is not the manufacturing which is traditionally connected with the creative industries. In my opinion, creative manufacturing is all the manufacturing that is produced in intellectual property and all the manufacturing that is problem solving.
And then finally there is the theme, Resilient Manufacturing, that Professor Sarah Sarples describes as meaning:
when we think about resilience in the context of manufacturing, we're looking at the system as a whole. So resilience, in my view, refers to ability to respond to and withstand external sort of disruption or threat in some way.
During the festival, we also ran career support sessions for early career researchers. This was kicked off with Professor Sarah Sharple's Career Connections webinar, which was full of great advice and anecdotes.
If you've got the opportunity, go for it, and don't think that you have to tick all the boxes before you apply for something, whether it's a job in another university or whether it's a promotion. As you know, get some trusted advice from someone. Asked me this last week: am I making a fool of myself applying? And just make sure that person is really honest and says yes or no and tells you the truth.
On the Wednesday, Dr. Fiona Sharnley ran a Digital Manufacturing 2050 roundtable targeted at early career researchers, which provided a great platform for them to engage in collaborative foresight thinking and network with like-minded researchers across the UK. As part of the festival, Zena Wood ran an interactive 1-hour workshop on developing a research elevator pitch, where attendees had the opportunity to try out what they've learned and provide them with some excellent constructive feedback on how they can improve their pitch heading forward. Also on Thursday, we heard from Susan Rayblain and Paul Clark, where they shared their experiences on how to effectively network with industry to form collaborative research projects from the perspective of the industry partner. You can hear from Michael Ostromov as an excellent example of researchers collaborating with industry to make an impact.
I'm a founder and managing director of the company called Value Chain Lab. Alexandra introduced me, and essentially we are a software house, and our objective is indeed exactly that. It's to build and deploy software that will help manage companies improve their logistics operations, and essentially this is the objective for us. So Alexandra and the team have kindly joined our efforts on helping us kind of on the research side, but the global objective is indeed to deploy that tool and orchestrate in the live environment in the UK, and then essentially not limited to the UK, of operations of actual logistics businesses and trucks and shipments between different parties going forward. So it is not advisory, not a tool that will not, as you said, will not just advise or recommend something, but will actively manage the operations. That's the objective.
The festival was brought to a close on Friday, where Dr. Nick Watson presented the winners of the Best Research Poster presentation and runner-up awards. All the posters were of the highest quality, which made the voting extremely close. Runner-up for Best Research Poster presentation was Laura Pereira Diaz from the University of Strathclyde for her presentation on prediction of powder flow from physical properties using machine learning. Laura's work demonstrated a real interest in and useful application of machine learning to pharmaceutical manufacturing, and was able to communicate effectively her passion for the research. The winner of the Best Research Poster was Erhan Golson from the University of Nottingham for his presentation on combining ultrasonic methods and machine learning techniques to assess vape products quality. Erhan's work gained great interest among the delegates as an interesting and practical application of machine learning to manufacturing. Delegates appreciated the applied nature of his work, and the poster was particularly well presented, with all the key information and results being communicated in an easy to understand and engaging format.